morning of the first day of TB testing. So it does seem like I've got a lot of tups this year. Look at that brave little bugger. I know that's really not clear, but that's a bloody fox. Good morning. So it's just after 6 here at the moment, and I'm getting ready to head to the farm. I'm going to start slightly sharper, just to make sure that we've got everything done, sorted, and can get the cows round before the vet appears to start TB testing. So yeah, it's the morning of the first day of TB testing, and yeah, a lot of emotions, obviously a lot of nerves. So we'll just have to crack on, get through today, and yeah, keep an eye, see how things are looking. And Saturday is the day where we find out the results, basically. So yeah, I am currently making a cup of tea, and then I thought I would also have some porridge. So doing it the cheap way, just in the tub like Duke of Edinburgh. But yeah, just thought I'd have some porridge because I know that we're going to be on the go for a wee while before we do possibly stop for lunch, but we might just keep going. Yeah, so cheers. I'm gonna go scoff this breakfast before I nip down to the farm. Spring cows all out enjoying their breakfast that I put out last night for them. So that just saves 15 minutes this morning. Right, let's get the autumn cows and the top cattle courts mix done now. So it is already started, there is a wee bit in over, but I have a bale in the pit here to add in, and then top it up with silage after that. So we'll go switch that on. It is another frosty start this morning, so it'll be fine. The ground's nice and hard, but it's not slippy, so it should be good. Have light. Get that heater on. Get the screen turned on. So the screen's just thinking about it. So how can I get this? There we go. So it's got 1500 kilos and over. So I'll go and add the same again. After it had been mixed, so that will be going into those trailers there. So the cows are waiting patiently, so I'm just going to go swap the grate for the bucket now. Because it's been mixed, it'll be real broken up, so it'll just fall through the tines here. So I'll pop the bucket on and get that into them, because I'm not sure if we're doing spring cows or autumn cows first, but I suppose it doesn't really matter because they're all to get done. ready to head out to the autumn cows up above. So the cattleman has finished bedding up the top, so I'm just going to go in behind now with their breakfast. Make sure I get the turn in right. Done. Now for the second side. Let's hope I don't end up in the trough. So just be really careful here for noses and heads, and then make sure that I get enough space for putting out this side. Are all fed at the farm, got the mix on for tomorrow, and I am now going round all my sheep. So just up at the tups here, and I've got their pellets in the bag here, so just gonna give them to the boys, and then I will go round and check my main batch ewes that are over there, check they've got silage, make sure everyone's okay. Likewise for the earlies that are across that field over there. Then obviously I'll need to feed my Texels as well, but I'll need to feed them closer to 9:30 because I get really specific about this kind of thing at lambing time. So I've found over the years that feeding them, so if I pick a day, so this year I've picked 9:30, by the time I've done all the cows etc, on a normal day it's usually back at 9. So I found that if I go for 9:30 this year, and within 15 minutes of 9:30, I've found from previous years that keeping it exact every day, you actually reduce your amount of prolapses. So I don't know the pure ins and outs. The ew's body prepares itself to get feed at that time, so if you're out with that window, it disturbs it and upsets it and puts it all out of kilter. And like I say, I don't know the science behind it, but for some reason that can then obviously increase the risk of prolapses. I found that as long as you can keep it pretty much exact every single day, then I would say I've reduced my prolapses down to maybe count on one hand. It's maybe also better management, so I'm maybe not overfeeding, or I don't know, but I have found, and I know a lot of people would swear by that too, that if you can feed them exactly the same time every day, it does seriously reduce the risk. So yeah, bit of information if you didn't know that. But now they're all gathering, so I better go give them their breakfast. Come on boys, come on! So it does seem like I've got a lot of tups this year. But it's good to see that, you know, the tup lammy's there and about eating as well. That one's at the bucket. So it's important for them to learn about the feed as well. I mean, I don't like to feed them too much, but they've been working hard. I don't usually use my tup lambs, but the last couple of years I have, and it has just fairly stunted their growth a wee bit. So if I can sort of pick them back up again now, hopefully they'll grow into nice big shearlings. But being on the neeps has fairly helped with their condition. You know, you can see a lot of them here are in reasonable condition. You know, they've got until September to thrive again, but they're not. I'm not disappointed with them. For just giving them a wee bit. I'm not giving them a lot, because as I say, I'm not trying to push them on or anything. I'm just wanting to sort of build up their condition again. And then obviously they've got, I know it's a cattle ring before anyone comes at me. I have no sheep rings. They are all out with my yows, so I know it's a cattle ring. But you know, they're not wasting much of it at the moment. There's obviously wee bits. There was a bale here before that they didn't like, but tup shouldn't be too bad. It's the yow lambs. The yow lambs, obviously I've had to take their ring away as well to give to the yows, and I've put in one of my bunkers, which it's fine, but it doesn't hold as much. Like, you can only just hold a wee bit of pit silage, and I'm going to need that bunker back for when the texels come in. So it's not ideal. My only other option is to give them a cattle ring, and they would go in it. Okay, they wouldn't get stuck in it, but they would go in it, and they would waste a hell of a lot of the silage. And obviously, because the rape is quite well down now, there's obviously a lot of stock left, but they're slower at eating the stalks, so that there will be a higher demand for silage. But yeah, I just don't really want to give them a cattle ring. It's just like there's going to be like a few weeks where they're going to have to get something, because until I can get the calves sold, muck out and set up the lambing shed to get my earlies in, then that'll free up some rings. So there's just like a lot of juggling to do, but we'll get there. But for now, tup's all fed. Now to go check my house. Girls, so I always just like to take a bit of time if I can, and just have a good look at them, make sure they're all okay, get them used to me driving around obviously as well. That's important. They're obviously still just a wee bit wary of me going round, because I've not been going round very often yet with them just being scanned. But the idea is that they just get used to the bike going round, get used to me, so when it does come time to put some concentrate feed out, that they'll know what's going on. I mean, it won't take them long anyway, but to learn, normally after the first day they know fine. But yeah, just like to let them wander past, you get a good look at them then, see if anyone's away by themselves, etc. They're all looking quite good. I find one of the things that I need to look out for as well, just now, because obviously they've mixed yows and gimmers, is to make sure that the gimmers are actually going in about to the food. So because I fed them a wee bit on the hill during the snow, they obviously do know what silage is, but it's just important to make sure that the yows aren't like bullying them out the way, and that they're not losing condition because they're not getting in about to the feed. I have seen it before where I've split the rings and put, you know, maybe 4 of them through there where the yows know to get fed, and then leave a couple through here for the gimmers, so you know there's not the same sort of competition all in the one space. The idea that what am I trying to say? The way to see if a yow has been in about the ring feeder or not is because you see how they've got like dubby marks on their sides. So that's because they've been jumping on top of each other to get to the silage, or just jumping on top of the ring feeder. You know, they've kind of got like a darker colour to them, like their wool, whereas some of these yows, these gimmers, are like pure white. So that is one of the most obvious telling signs that they're not going in about to the ring. Or equally, they're just keeping themselves very clean. But normally it'll be more telling when I put out the liquid molasses. That's when you get them going absolutely clarted in molasses, and then you just get like crystal clear white sheep. So that to me tells that they've not been in about. So they're the ones to watch getting closer to lambing, especially when you're doing the concentrate cake. Obviously you can see them all coming in about, you can see them all eating. So those are the ones that you need to like chase in about and make sure that they are eating. Because not so bad if they're twins, they'll tend to be okay, but if it tends to be triplet gimmers, which are a nightmare to try and get to eat, because it's almost like something switches in their head and they're like, no, don't help me. But they need the help. So they're the ones that tend to either go down with twin lamb or have little wee small lambs and hardly any milk. So yeah, it's really important to make sure that they're all getting some sort of food, energy, protein. But yeah, that's just a watch this space kind of. We're okay at the moment, you know, we are still quite a good bit out from lambing. So, and there is, although there's not a lot, there is a wee pick in a grass here. So they're obviously still getting something. There's blocks out as well. So yeah, it's just another thing to just be aware of. Something has just caught my eye here in this whin bush, and it looks very much like a bushy red tail with a white tip on the end. So I'm just going to have a wee look here. Look at that brave little bugger. I know that's really not clear, but that's a bloody fox. I don't want to scare it obviously, because we do have a chap that comes and shoots them. That's the second one I've seen this morning. Well, I've obviously just messaged the couple that come and deal with our foxes, because I'm not having that. I am not having that running about in the bloody first thing in the morning, daylight. Nah. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. If you like foxes, I strongly have an opinion against them. I know it's nature and everything and blah-de-blah, but at the end of the day, we have the right to control them. They need to be controlled. They are getting out of hand. You know, there used to be keepers all over this landscape up the glen here, and they would control them, but now nobody's there. There's very few keepers now. The Forestry Commission even used to have folk that would keep on top of them, but they don't do that anymore. So it's our responsibility to keep numbers down, to protect our livestock. Anyway, right, I better get back to the farm because the vet will be here soon. But yeah, that has just, that just boils me, that. So they're gonna get dealt with. Calves are left behind in the creeps because we don't need them. It's only the cows and the bulls that we need for testing. Couldn't find a couple of the cow numbers when they got called out. Turns out because the page was hiding behind another page. So there's another page to add to this complication. Then things just kept getting better and better. So we were about 20 cows in at this point, and Davy noticed that the handle for closing the head yoke in the crush was about to snap off. So we had to do a bit of emergency repair work. Got that sorted, then we're back in action. So another fun fact for you, Davy has got many talents and he is actually a brilliant welder. He used to work in an engineering firm for a wee while after he left school. systole numbers, and then I get the measurements of the skin from Bob, and then down, and then the second day we have to write if there's any reactors and reaction results, etc.
Climb up the top. Right, it's a bit. Yeah, give it a go.
Come on, girls! So we've had to set up bales here because obviously the silage is out for the spring cows, and they will definitely tramp all over it, waste it. I mean, we could just not put out a lot, but let's just leave it as that because I was told otherwise. So you see there, the silage is out there, so blocked off there for putting the top shed back up. This is the top shed. In the past here, spring cows are all shut back for just now, just so the lots don't mix. And then these are the autumn cows, so that's 2 batches of autumn we've just done. And so because we don't have to test their calves, we shut them in the creep, just take the cows down. It saves anyone getting squished, anyone getting hurt, and because we don't need them, there's no point in taking them down. So just the cows come down, calves stay up the top.
Need a set.
7 and 7.
I think it's 700, Bob.
Is 700.
Pretty sure it's 700. I recognise that.
Yeah, 7 and 7.
Yes.
Giving up on the tails.
6 and 7.
Sitting down doing paperwork is cold. I am freezing. So I've just finished another batch. So that's the 3rd big batch now done of autumn cows, and it is just after 11:30. So we're getting on really well. They're running really well, but it is so cold. So yeah, this is my time to warm up. So I just jog on the spot round the cows. On to the spring cows now. Just taking them round in their sections in the shed. So we've done this end and then in the pass, and now this is the middle section. And then we'll get the heifers. can see here Bob is just clipping 2 areas where he will administer the different injections. So clips the area, then measures the skin on both of the sites. Then he jabs. The top one is avian and the bottom one is bovine tuberculosis. Davey is on tail clipping duties for the spring cows, so making them nice and tidy in preparation for calving, taking off all the extra long hair and the bits of skitter that are maybe stuck to the end of it and bits of mud from being outside, giving them a good tidy up. Pages are getting fewer, so just down to these 900 heifers now and the Limousin bull. You can see everyone else has got their numbers filled in, so just as the pages have been ticked off, I've just been sort of grouping them up, just gives you less stuff to look at. So yeah, nearly there. One batch of heifers to go. Got my cup of tea, got my shortbread. I am sorted. So these are the 2 injections that they're getting as well. So that one is the first one, the bovine tuberculosis, and then the next one is avian tuberculosis. So getting 2 separate jabs, a top one and a bottom one. And then that's what gives you your measurements as well. So avian and bovine, did I say? Yeah, bovine. So finishing off with our autumn heifers. So these are the heifers that have been bulled inside with our rather old Limousin bull. So we thought we'd take the opportunity just now, whilst we have the vet here, to PD these heifers and see, just to make sure that the bull has been working. You know, we've seen him bulling, but we have seen a couple coming back this last week, so we thought we would just PD them just now and get an idea of how they've been getting on, really, to make sure that they are in calf, because you know we need these girls in calf. This group are getting PD'd, they're getting TB tested, and they're also getting their management tags put in.
Go ahead, yes.
11 and 14.
Somebody else, yeah.
There's not this again. He doesn't mind.
Oh, he can go, he's done, yeah. Oh, there you go. $205, 194.
Yep. Final heifer, 10 weeks in calf, and Bob is just doing her TB test now. So he's given me the skin measurements, then he'll jab her, and happy days. The last one is tested. Now we just have to wait till Saturday to find out the results. It's so cold. Testing done. Now time to get the farm back into some sort of workable order. So everyone's probably going to need a bed because they've also been jumbled about and running about and mixed up. So we need to bed everyone again. Everyone has got silage, so that's fine. Need to let the calves back out. The silage pit were obviously shut back in there, so we could run the cows out and round. So need to let the calves back in, give them their cake for tonight, and yeah, let's get cracking. Well, we're getting there, slowly but surely. So everything's bedded that needs bedded, pushed in the silage, moved all the bales that were getting used for barricades. I'm ready for a gin and tonic, not gonna lie. Oh, it's been a long old day. It's not been overly physical for me, like I've been doing all the paperwork, but it's like the concentration of all those tag numbers is just, I'm just like constantly on the go, always trying to be alert and everything, but we're getting there. We are nearly there.